What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Lux. In today's video, girl, we're trying out the brand new Starbucks drink called Pink Ombre, girl. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's basically a pink and an ombre. And for those of you who don't know, girl, ombre is when one color transitions into another color. Girls do it to their makeup, do it to their hair. Ombre effect was like really popular. I think now it's like dying down, but it's coming back, girl. But whenever you mix it up with the white and the pink, it ends up looking like this. You see that? Ooh. This doesn't have that many calories from what I've told. Like, I think it's like 100 calories or something like that. But it's like the main component is coconut. But I haven't tried it, girl. We're gonna give it a little try, okay? So we're gonna try it together. I'm not really a fan of coconut. I know a lot of people love coconut. I think there's like health benefits to eating coconut, drinking coconut water, who knows? All right, so here I go. Wow. It's pretty subtle. You definitely do taste the coconut in here, but I also taste something else. I really can't put my finger on it. I'll put the ingredients up here too, so if you want to make it at home, like a vegan version. But if you end up going to Starbucks and you get this one, let me know what do you think about it. Or like Snapchat it to me or whatever, but it tastes really good. Like, it's so hot outside. All right, so if you know, every time I do a Starbucks video, it's more like a chit chat channel. It's like more of a chit chat and less of like a Starbucks review, but I end up giving you a review anyway of the drink anyway. So far, so good. So for my eyelashes, I have Vegas Nay, not sponsored. I actually picked this up today. It's the first time I tried this brand. This is called Grand Glamour. Okay, so you can see, like, they're really full here. And I like them. I just wish they were bigger. But the look that I'm going for, like if I want like bigger lashes, I need to go to a beauty supply store. But not like a Sally beauty supply store, like a real beauty supply store with the wigs and just all that stuff. Like that's where I need to go. They have the big old 101s. Like that's what I'm looking for, 101s. So these, I would definitely stack them. I didn't stack these, but a little subtle look, girl. A little subtle. It really does make my eyes pop though, but I like them so much. I think this one might be a little wonky though, but I'll come back to her and fix her later. So like lately, I'm noticing I just been cutting off like a lot of people in my life. Not necessarily like because I don't like them or anything like that. I just feel like they bring so much negativity around me. I just start like cutting them off, but not like in a mean way, girl. I just like I don't know how to explain it to you. It's like I know that I'm this small little speck, girl. If this is the universe in our timeline, I'm like a little bitty speck. You can't even see me in there. But with that little speck of time that I have on this planet, I want to live it with positive people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess, maybe it's my age, but has it gotten to the point where it's like, if you're not supporting me, if you're not on my side, if you're not giving me constructive criticism, you're just blatantly just like hating. Girl, bye. Another lie. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel so drained sometimes. Like sometimes some people get around you and they like suck your energy, girl. And I'm like, you know what? They're like energy suckers. It's so weird. Some people just drain your energy. I had to cut them off. And I noticed that like, I don't know, like, you know, I see it in the comments, like, oh, your channel is growing, you know, you have really good success. I'm like, thank you. I don't see it because I don't, you know, I don't think I'm anybody. I don't think I'm anybody, you know what I'm saying? But I noticed that other people who live in my city, especially like people I used to talk to back in the day, like they're seeing me on the news, they start seeing like my penthouse tours and stuff. Went to Vegas and they're like hitting me up and they're like, oh, what's up? What do you want to do? You want to hang out? And I'm like, dude, I haven't heard from you like forever. Like back then you didn't want me and now I'm hot, y'all on me. And it's getting kind of like weird. One of the comments that I do see from time to time is like that one comment that's like, I used to hate watching your channel. I used to like, you're so annoying. And then now they're like, I learned to just love your channel. Like, you're like, you grew on me. Or I'm obsessed with your channel. I love it so much. And I'm like, wow, you know what? I wonder why that is. I wonder why when people first see me, they're like, ugh, I can't stand them. And then they watch a couple videos like, oh, you know what? I think it's pretty cool. I always found that like so fascinating. Like, I wonder why. I wish people could just like me off the bat. But then again, maybe that's asking for too much. Yeah, but I just find that so weird. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I'm glad that they're here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they're like hanging out, watching the videos. And it always like warms my heart. I'm like, you know what? Thank you for understanding me. Like, thank you for understanding my gig. Thank you for understanding my comedy, my satire, girl. You know, one of the things I don't like is that like, I'm all for like positivity, uplifting people. But the moment you give somebody criticism and they don't take it the right way, they automatically think you're being negative and you're drama and all that stuff like that. Like, girl, You should be thankful that I'm giving you some advice. Unsolicited advice. Now, nonetheless. But advice nonetheless. Okay, honestly, I really don't drink that much Starbucks. I say this all the time. I don't drink it that much. But I would actually drink this because it feels very light. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels like something I would drink. Like I just need something to refresh myself real quick. A little bit of sweetness in it. Definitely I would get this again. Most of the time, if you watch my other Starbucks videos, I always said no, I wouldn't get it again. You know, it was like a one-time thing, but this one, definitely I would get it again. I don't know if I would get it in this size. I would definitely get like in a smaller size. Oh yeah, but back to like negative people, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I just kind of feel like I just don't have time for like people and their like negativity, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people tell me stuff and I always try to look to the bright side of it, and I'm like, oh girl, so look at it this way and stuff like that, and it usually helps the situation. But like, if you ever like meet a friend, do you ever like have someone in your family and they're just like such like a negative ball, and you're just like, girl, seriously, you can't be like that all the time. And I'm just like, you know what, I have to like I have like remove myself from people who I just felt were like draining, sucking energy out of your life, constantly giving negative criticism, never anything positive. And I know like there's somebody out there watching that who has somebody in their life or their family, and they're like, oh, but I love him, he's a good person, he's gonna change eventually. Like that's one of the hardest things you have to do in life, is learning to let go. And that's something I've learned a long time ago. There's one of the hardest things to do in life is learning to let go of a person or a situation or something. You know what I'm saying? Learning to put yourself first. Because if you don't put yourself first, ain't nobody gonna take care of you like you take care of yourself. And what kills me the most, like there's people out there who have like such great potential, but they're like worried about what other people think. Like they don't ever want to like bust through the door and be like, this is who I am, and embrace it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I fully came around to who I truly am as a person that doors started opening. You know, like literally, doors started opening when I was all like shy and hiding and trying not to be who I really am as a person. Everything was like foggy. Couldn't really see which direction your life was going. But the moment you become true to yourself and you discover who you really are as a person, I'm telling you, doors will open and you see everything so clearly, almost to the point where you can almost feel the vibrations of the universe. And that sounds so crazy to say that, but that's like a personal journey that you have to go on to find out who you are. But all that to say, I don't think you could get to where you're supposed to be if you have all these like negativity stuff like weighing you down, or negative people, or habits. So you'd be like negative habits, like you know you shouldn't be doing this, but yet you do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you are at a point in your life, and I don't want to sound like I'm preaching here, but if you're at a point in your life where you feel like your life is like still, like it's not going anywhere, or like it's stagnant, that's totally okay. It sounds weird because you always feel like you should be progressing in life, which you should, but at some points, there are some points where you would just be stagnant. And it's in those stagnant points that's like the most crucial, because you can observe, you get to learn, and you get to know which direction you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just learning things, so that way when you do make a decision to what you want to do, you already know what's up. Like, remember that movie The Wizard of Oz? And you remember whenever like Dorothy and her friends, they fell asleep in the poppy field? Like, according to the book, they slept in that poppy field for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that poppy field represents people's drug addiction, drug abuse, alcoholism, bad relationships, a bad job, or something in their life that they're just stuck at for a while. But then Dorothy woke up, she snapped out of it, and she's like, okay, I spent too much time here, let's go. And she moved on. And like I said, that's fine. So I think when people do fall into the poppy field of drug addiction or whatever it is, like they spend some time there because that's only human nature, but then you have to one day like wake up and move on, or else you'll just stay in the poppy field forever. You don't want to stay stagnant all your life. I remember like, and everyone's like poppy field is different. I remember my poppy field was like, I would have to say, if I had to put a finger on it, it would have to be it was one of my transgender friends, right? It wasn't even in Houston, girl. And so she was in Dallas, and I spent that summer in Dallas, Texas, literally in her apartment, in her beautiful condo, beautiful transsexual. But all she ever did was hook up with guys, escort the whole time. And then we went out. Every night we were going out. And it was like, damn. And I remember I felt like I did nothing that summer. But at the same time, I felt like I learned so much at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Like the shadiness of people. Another thing, to the people, and I'm not trying to like be disrespectful, but like, so the people who want to become women or want to become transgender women, they're born men and they want to be a woman. A lot of times, and this is just my opinion, a lot of times they think, oh, I'm a woman, you know, I'm gonna get stuff given to me, girl. Men are gonna open the door for me and stuff like that. But a lot of times, like, they have this fantasy of being a woman is easier in life. And I think maybe sometimes being a woman is easier in life to some women. But I think for the most part, I think, is it still a man's world? That's what I really want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because I think being transgender for the sake of, oh, I'm gonna have an easy life, I don't think that's such a good thing to say. I think it's difficult. I think women have it harder, or just as hard or harder than men. And I still ask myself sometimes, like, is it still a man's world? And that's so weird, because I feel like there's more women in the world than men. You know what I'm saying? And there's more women in more high-powered jobs today than there ever was before. Like, especially like in Las Vegas, some of the hotel managers, girl, are women. You would think it'd be some big old burly man that's ready to kill people, part of the mafia and stuff like that. No, they're women. And I think a lot of women are, you know, I think every job I ever had, I always had a woman in the most highest position possible. I'm telling you, clock at the house. But I still think that transgender women have it hard in life. Like, I don't think it's easy. I think if you're gonna transgender because you feel like it's easier in life, I don't think that's the right thing to do. And then I started to question, like, is there such a thing as, like, transgender privilege? Like, do transgender people get, like, a certain privilege in life, so as compared to, like, regular women or men? These are just questions I don't know the answers to. Maybe y'all can write your comments down below what you think about it. But I think this video has gone way too deep. This is why I tend not to ever do, like, real calm sit-down videos, because I think at heart I'm a deep thinker sometimes, and I think it's like sometimes too deep to people. Like, girl, we can sit here, we can talk about Monsanto, we could talk about the pesticides that's in the food that we're eating, girl. Like, seriously, those are the conversations I usually have, and you're probably like, girl, this is boring in the house. Come on, bring the clock at the house and the craziness, you know what I'm saying? But I think every now and then I just have to be. Every now and then, if you watch the channel, you know I'm just like really calm down and chill sometimes. I just drink Starbucks. Another like shady thing I noticed is like people want to see you do good in life, but the moment, girl, hold on. The moment you do better than them, they don't like you. Or it's like, oh, it's not okay. Like, oh, I want you to succeed. I want you to do good. As long as you don't do better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it at jobs. I've seen it with friendships. I see it all the time, and I feel like I think a true friend should always celebrate you, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should always celebrate you, be happy for you. Dude, the other day, I got scammed in the house, girl. Okay, so a friend of mine had a baking event, right? So he had like this private party, and he was like, hey, Rich, I need you to come take photos. I was like, okay, cool. Because he's like, I'll be the photographer for the night, right? So I go over there, bring my camera, bring my lights and stuff like that. This was actually on Mother's Day, girl. So I'm there, and so he's like, oh, hey, do you mind if you, like, pour the drinks? And all it was like orange juice and, like, Sprite and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, so I pour the drinks, and then he was like, do you mind if you, like, pass out some of the food? And I'm like, girl, what's going on? Like, literally, I was going to charge him $80 for, like, the photography session. It was, like, 1 hour and, like, 1.5 hours, right? And then but he was like, oh, my waiter didn't show up, and the person who's gonna pour the drinks didn't show up, and I'm like, girl, I literally did 3 jobs on Mother's Day. Girl, I had no Mother's Day because I was helping him out with his event, and so I was thinking to myself, well, you were gonna pay the server, you're gonna pay the photography, which is me, and you were gonna pay the person to serve the drinks, right? Nobody showed up, just me and him, and then he had like other servers there, right? And I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna get paid for 3 different jobs, or I'm gonna get paid for one. Girl, literally it's been like 3 weeks, hasn't got it. I haven't received not $1, girl, for that event. It's like, I don't know if I was like being used for the kindness of my heart, but at the same time, like, I'm not that type of person to be like, you owe me money, woo woo woo, give me my money, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna like be quiet for a couple of days. But you already know, if you ask me to ever do a photography gig again in the future, I'm like, sure won't. My other friend was there too. He hasn't gotten paid either. What's so shady about it is that he had another cooking event. And I was like, asked him, I was like, hey, did you have anybody show up? And he was like, no. He's like, I can't believe nobody signed up for my event. Girl, you already know. In my head, I'm thinking, the girl is karma of the house. Karma of the house. But anyways, I don't want this video to be too long, girl, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Overall, I think the drink was good. I would get it again. This part right here tastes like really good. I don't know what it is, but this is like, it's really good. I definitely get it again. It is summertime. It's going to get hot outside, girl. So definitely try this out. It is called the Pink Ombre at Starbucks. So it's really subtle. I think it's really cute overall. I mean, great Instagram post. Can you believe it? But anyway, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.